Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Following up on my video, the 4 things that Nikon got wrong with the Nikon D750. And don't get me wrong, I really like the Nikon D750, but there were some things that I thought they got wrong that could have been improved on, let's say, with the D750. I left out one, and it's been highlighted more because it's related to the arguments people are giving against having a more articulated screen, which is one of the things I wanted on the D750. So my 5th reason that, or not my 5th reason, but the 5th thing that Nikon got wrong with the D750 was not making it a touchscreen. Now, people have said, when I listed one of the original 4 reasons, not being a fully articulated screen that you could flip right out and flip around, like on the D5200, 5300, GH3, GH4, any camera like that, that makes it weaker and whatnot. But one of the large reasons they gave was that that would not make the button lineups continuous with the other Nikon bodies. So in other words, that, if you have one of these other Nikon bodies, you could pick up the D750 and it's all fluid on how to operate it. Or I guess that you just wouldn't be able to have those buttons. So what would you do with it? You'd lose button control. But you wouldn't if you took care of the touchscreen thing. If you had a touchscreen, which the D750 should have. But if you have a touchscreen, all those buttons can be right on the screen. All those buttons and more. Any of you that have worked with a touchscreen camera probably will attest, I know I do, that I much prefer having a touchscreen camera, and I really miss it now when I'm working with one that doesn't. The GH3 that I'm filming this right now with has a touchscreen. My Olympus OMD EM10 does, the EM1 does, the GX7 Panasonic does, the GH4 does. They're just so nice to have for so many reasons. And it gives you all that much more control right there on the screen, so you don't have to worry about external buttons. So to me, this was the 5th big thing that Nikon got wrong with the D750. They should have put this in there. I mean, right now with DSLR sales falling, and they're still selling DSLRs for sure, but they're falling, and the predictions are that they're going to continue to fall. The market, the people that are buying these things, the cameras are good enough pretty much now for most people, and that there's only a very few amount of people continuously willing to spend more money on these upgrades. So if you're wanting to sell a new camera, a new flagship, and the D750 is, in a sense, a flagship, in the sense that, it kind of was the D700 replacement. So without going to the top of the pile, it's kind of their mid-level flagship. It's their budget level, if you will. And I hesitate to even use that term because I think I'd take a D750 over a D4S, except for very limited reasons that I can't even think about right now. Maybe sports shooting, I guess. But it should have had, just to make it that much better, that much more appeal, that much more of a sensation and reason to buy it, was, touchscreen. That's the way of the future. That's the way it's going to go. That's all cameras are going to have this eventually. So why hold that back? The D750 should have had it. And as I said, that's the 5th wrong thing Nikon did with the D750, the 5th thing they got wrong. What do you guys think? Should the D750 have had a touchscreen? I obviously think so. If you don't think so, let me know in the comments below. We'll discuss it. Do you think having the touchscreen, for those of you that were arguing against a fully articulated screen because of the buttons, do you think that would, I think it would alleviate that issue because you could have all those buttons right there on the touchscreen. Do you think so? Let me know. Let's talk about the 5th thing that Nikon got wrong with the D750, the touchscreen. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with some new videos, some new articles. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography, videography, and technology right here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks a lot, folks.